Hey guys, welcome back to grimreaper for another video for Raidshadowlegends. Hopefully you're doing well, and welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you're having a great week. Hopefully your C vs C is going quite well, and hopefully everything is on point, and hopefully you're winning. Anyway, let's get into today's video. I've come across some theory crafting and put a couple of things together, and today I've been playing this for a few hours today and finally got it to work, and I'm really happy about this. Today's gonna be a finite 10 showcase, and we're going to use a mythical Sigford. This guy is well notoriously known. I've done a couple of videos now where I've covered him in a couple of videos now where in arena he just absolutely smacks like a ton of bricks, and he does really well. Obviously he's one of 3 mythicals that I do have, so yeah, I want to kind of just show him in how he's doing in finite, right? Got him working for finite 10, and it's a super cool team and a super effective team. So I'm going to go ahead and get it basically going. We have Cardiel, Kaimar, Sigford, obviously Marta, and Gina. These speeds are quite attainable, not crazy speeds, with the speed aura and some great haul bonuses. As you can see, we're not crazy empowered, we're not crazy in lessons either. We do have Soul Reaper, which is quite important for this strategy. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to run it, and then I'm going to show you the presets and stuff like that. Okay, so here we go. So basically this guy, as you're going to witness right now, is going to demolish the waves. It's not 100% team. I am kind of fine-tuning. There isn't no 100% team right now. Full finite 10, so it's not good enough to sit here and say, look, it's 100%, etc. It's not. It basically does need a bit of fine-tuning. But as you can see here, Sigford is hitting that hard. He's basically going through the waves. So you do want to start with an A1 with Gina. It's obviously we want Sigford to do his A1, and then this is going to rely on the increased defense. You will need Cardiel to make this team work. I don't think this can work with any other ally attack. I think the block buffs are really important, as well as the cleanse. So obviously Cardiel is the only ally attack that can do that, as far as I'm aware of the top of my head. So you can see that the defense down is quite crucial as well to make this work. Sigford is going to come in with his smackaroo, and then basically, as you can see here, we are all the way down. We're going to come in with that. So this is where it'll fail, right? If we go ahead and get resisted there, and so on and so on. And then the Soul Reaper comes in, clears off the wave, 24 turns, my new best time, and 1 minute 21 seconds. So really impressive, and I'm really happy about that. So let's go ahead and show the team comp and stuff like that. So right, let me show you all of the new works and stuff like that. So we'll start off with Cardio, obviously, who we're going to start with A1, and then round 2 they're going to be at A1, and then we're just going to come in with this on the first turn, because that's what we mean. We need the block buffs for this reason, and then you're going to open with this on number 1. Kaimar, pretty much the same, switched off of everything here, switched off here, and then you're going to open against the boss with the A1, the A2, and then the A3. So you want to delay this reset correctly to make this really important. Now we don't need to worry about the second form. We're not using Sigma's second form at all. It's just there as I suppose as assurance in policy. I did see it once transform, and then we basically had to transform back to kind of kill off the boss, which was super nice. Just a little bit if he is the one remaining. So for the first wave, obviously we want to one-shot the wave, so you want him to be the slowest in the comp. to be quite important. And then we want to save the rage for the boss, and then basically the A2 is good enough to clear the waves as well. You will need some very good gear and stats for this as well. I actually had to slow down mine a little bit to make this work because mine was a bit too fast. I'm a bit bummed about the blessing, but it is what it is. Anyway, so we've got this here as well. And then we've got the King of Fury open on 82. So this is really important to open for that boss as well. We have got speed of 270 on Gina. Wait until you see all the builds and stats on him. And then we're going to open with the A1 and then the Bastion Bless as well. And then we're going to go to Marta. So we're going to open with the A2 just before Sigford. This will help reduce the damage a little bit needed from Sigford to help him one-shot the waves. Obviously, you want him to do as much as possible. And then pretty much the same here, right? You want to open with that counter attack. You will need a blessing on Marta, which I'll talk about shortly with her kit. So let's go ahead and show you all the stats and stuff like that from the champion. Okay, so we're going to go into all the builds now, and I'm going to show you all the builds. We do currently have a thunderstorm in Indonesia right now, so if you can hear any type of thunder and stuff like that, is what it is. It's nature at its best, so there's not much I could do for that, so I do apologize for any of the noise. Anyway, let's get into the rest of this. We do have Cardial's build here, so ideally you put in nice 9-piece protection. I don't actually have a 9-piece protection, I'm missing a ring, so I kind of just went for broken set, so I can speed this up a bit more, right? Ooh. So let me go ahead and put the rest of the stats on here for you. So we have a speed of 292, which is quite low actually. 261 critical damage, and then accuracy and everything else doesn't really matter. An attack of 3,400. You do want more attack. Ideally, you're pumping that attack towards the 4,500 mark. I do have quite a bit of HP, but that's just how everything's kind of falling with the ascension and stuff like that. Let's go ahead and have a look. So we've got the defense banner, the critical damage, which is going to be a 2-piece merciless, which will give me some extra bonuses, which will basically give me 10 attack and 15 critical damage. And then we have poison here. So I do have a 5-piece protection right now. I literally just got a ring for a protection set to make a 9-piece set after I built this team and did the testing, etc. So yeah. Anyway, blessing will be Phantom Touch for this team, and then another yawn from Mr. Grim. So what's coming on over to me today? These are the blessings as well. So the masteries that we're gonna run for the builds. So lasting gifts, life drinker, war master, basically all the damage and stuff like that. Probably not the best of masteries in all fairness. These are really old, and I just basically didn't want to pay the 150 gems. It does a job, so if it does a job, I wouldn't worry about it too much. There isn't no turn meter masteries or anything like that to worry about, and to be honest, if there is, then it probably just help the team a little bit. And then we're gonna go and take a look at Kaimar. Now I do have 2 Kaimars. Again, we're gonna go with the Phantom Touch blessing. So that is pretty much to go with there. Then we do have a 2-piece merciless on Kaimar. I did think I was a 3 then, but it's actually a Slayer ring. So just a bit of a broken set. Now I do have maxed out ignore defense on my Great Hall, so I kind of figured that I didn't need the Savage for this. So if you can bring the Savage, I'd definitely go ahead and do it. But I wanted to build a new finite team where I wasn't really re-gearing all the time. And now the only person I have to re-gear really is Sigford and Gina. So that is good enough for me. Anyway, we've got the speed of 296 speed, 255% critical damage, 20 ignored defense as well, which is super nice. And then we have attack of 4,485 as well. So pretty impressive there. You can imagine what kind of stats is here, and you guys can go ahead and pause this to take a closer look at all that lovely stuff. And then these are the masteries. We've got War Master here, We have cycle and magic, which is just basically to try and get back rounds to that cooldown, which it doesn't really matter too much because it's generally quite over. So and then we have critical rate and then life drinker and stuff like that, which is pretty self-explanatory really. Then we're gonna go take a look at martyr. So martyr is probably the one that you do really need to take a look at. We do have a shield set here. You can use bolster as well, and to be honest, it's not really needed because on how fast we can one-shot the waves. But if you do get a little bit unlucky or can't build out fully critical rate, the bolster or shield set would do the trick. And obviously you're not using seers, so it doesn't really matter if it's shield or bolster. So it's one of them ones. I've got a shield set because just basically in shield set I had to swap out one piece of gear, glyph a little bit, and bottom of teeth the build was done from one of my old teams that I've showcased on the channel before. Then we have the speed of 253. You can go to 254, 255. 4,500 defense, reasonable HP, 85% critical rate. Try 800 if you can. 277 critical damage, and then 20% ignored defense as well. So it's basically just like a savage set built in, or a little bit of an instinct set. So, and then obviously flawless defense because she is bringing increased defense. This will help take down the shields. Pretty simple and lower our speeds for this team. And then we're going to bring in basically the same as here: War Master, Master Hexer, and stuff. This damage, masteries for the boss. Master Hex kind of nice for the A1 defense down, so that you will need this booked as well, and you will need basically all of this booked because this ability helps with the AoE decrease attack, provoke for the waves, and it hits very hard, so the damage is kind of really needed for that. So a really solid champion overall. And then we're going to bring in Miss G-Nut or Mr. G-Nut. Now I only have one G-Nut, so you can say I'm a kind of a half a man, right? So it's one of them ones, as you can probably see, this build is very insane for this style of account. It's not empowered or anything like that, so I am packing a punch on my G-Nut here. So we do have the low defense of 3,700. That's the bit that does suck a little bit because I wanted to go full out for critical damage. Now I did have him around about 5,000 defense, but we just wasn't doing enough damage to the boss to get him down consistently. So I did really pump up his critical damage. So with the critical damage buff from Cardiel, which will be on Gina, we are packing basically 388 critical damage, as well as 20% ignored defense from the Great Hall bonus, and also 20% from the Savage as well, or 25%, sorry, from the Savage. So we are in total ignoring 45% without any types of masteries or anything like that. So pretty much looking for good accuracy as well. So you want to go ahead and make sure you take that as well. So and there's all the stats there. Again, Phantom Touch for the blessing, basically just nice for the shield. Then these are the masteries on my G-Nut. I do feel that these masteries are really nice and solid overall. We've got Cyclone Violence, we've got Giant Slayer, we've got Hexer, which is more of a, like a Hydra thing, kind of thing, which is basically again really old masteries where I didn't want to reset them. They can be slightly better in all fairness, but you know, they do the job, so you know, why would I go ahead and change it? Obviously as well, if you guys remember, he had a super nice chest on him, so now that's gone back into my circulation. I'm kind of wondering what type of build I can get for my next lethal champion, which is going to be quite interesting, right? To kind of see that and see what's going on. Let me go ahead and show you Siegfried's build, because I have tweaked it. I have recently shown it on the channel to kind of see what's going on. And then I'll show you what's going on here. So let me go ahead and show you the speed so you can see what's going on. Finite. So we got 233 speed, 333 critical damage, 8,141 attack, and then we're ignoring a whopping 55% ignore defense on him, because obviously Merciless 6p set ignores 35% defense, which is super nice. So overall, we've got attack with attack percentage and some speed, critical damage, and attack ring, and then basically damage stuff across the board here as well, which is pretty nice. I just noticed I do have a Merciless ring, not a good ring, but it's a start of Merciless starting to trickle in this faction, and making me wonder if I can get that 9-piece some point. Obviously Soul Reaper, as you can see, was basically there just to finish off the boss. So for me, Soul Reaper is the way to go for that. And then after that, these are the masteries. So these are arena masteries. They're really not great for him. So if you don't want him for arena, if you're not arena champion, the arena person, then you can go ahead and do other masteries like War Master and stuff like that. So these are, I'm not going to change the masteries for this, but I will be running him for the Fire Knight. Anyway, guys, there we are. There is today's video. There's a juicy one, Mr. Sigford coming through. I'll be looking at more mythicals for P vs E content, as I've covered most of them for P vs P. I've had a few people ask me recently, Grim, when are you going to do a tier list? I'm not a big fan of tier list, in all fairness. I think all mythicals are quite OP in their own rights and are really strong. But let me know down in the comments if you do want to see a tier list for P vs P and P vs E. And if the demand is there, then I will go ahead and do one and try and do it justice. Anyway, guys, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching to the end, watching this video to the end. I'll see you on the next video. Grim Reaper. Peace.